Hola, hola, ¿qué tal? Isela here with the Truck Boss Show next to the rookie,
the
Carlin.
rookie, also known as Carlin for those who aren't Isela.
Yes. So welcome back. I'm
Thank
glad
you,
that you
thank
keep
you.
coming back. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I was about to say third week now, so getting the ball
You're getting
rolling.
there,
I'm getting there. Eventually, I'll go up from rookie to what's the next one? Cadet or whatever. How are we doing this? Or are we just always gonna rookie? Oh, okay.
No, I think you're gonna
She's just
stay as
staring at
rookie.
me, so I'm just rookie.
Don't get your hopes up. Don't get your. But you know what? Come next year, you might not be really.
I may not be a rookie,
but the
we'll
title's
see.
gonna stay, so don't worry.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's better than 40 in hood.
No. Anyways, we're here. You already know that we always have what's coming up in the industry, the latest and all that good stuff for you. So we're going to start off with, let me tell you that right now with this holiday season, everybody's giving back, right?
All the time.
Well, have you heard of Trucksgiving? If you haven't, let me tell you what it's about. This all started with some professional truck drivers that received an awesome surprise this holiday season. Now, a group of folks, they teamed up and decided to do something special for our drivers. Trucksgiving. This came from a young lady who happens to be the daughter of a truck driver. The drivers woke up to find a bag hanging from the side of the mirror, got surprised when someone also came to their door with something special. Now, the bags had good snacks and a special note, letting them know how they are very well appreciated. Now, one driver, Waz Bowler, said thank you to whoever took the time out of their holiday and thought enough to care about other people. Trucksgiving is out of Maine and has also teamed up with Edward Little High School as well.
Awesome. So they're just basically giving them gifts?
Yes. Well, it all started with a young girl. Again, she's out of Maine. Her mom is a truck driver. And a lot of the times, she said, some of these truck drivers think that we don't appreciate what they do. Everything that we eat, everything that we sleep on, everything we wear, everything that we get to enjoy, like all this cool stuff, it's because of them.
Yep.
So to let them know that you are not invisible, you are appreciated, and, hands down to them because they've done an amazing job.
They have. Do they have a branch like in every state, or are they based?
They're based out of Maine.
So do they?
But they want to spread the love across the U.S. But you have to stay tuned for this because I will be talking with Trucksgiving here in the next couple of days and getting some more information and possibly be on the show with us.
Awesome. Well, speaking of giving, the Mobile Vietnam Veterans Memorial, the Wall That Heals, is actually expected to tour the country once again this year, and the Truckload Carriers Association is actually looking for volunteers to help drive and deliver that replica to the more than 35 different communities over the course of the year. The tour is set to begin February 20th, 2020 in Marco Island, Florida, and the TCA, again, is encouraging all the members of its company to support the tour and help haul the wall. You or your company is interested, we posted the link to the sign-up site in the comments. However, be aware that the sign-up for the 2020 tour won't open until January. So, we talk a lot about truck drivers here giving back to the community, and a lot of them are veterans. So a lot of them, like to team up and do things like the Wall That Heals or the Wreaths across America, where they can honor those veterans as well as continue to do what they do every day, which is drive a truck.
Speaking of honoring our veterans and the spirit of giving, the Truck Boss team did a little giving of our own. Check out this video.
Today we were just out and about talking to truck drivers, kind of seeing a little bit of what their holiday plans are. So first and foremost, are you going to be driving this Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Drive often on Christmas?
Yes.
Or, yeah, all the time?
Yes.
You do work for UPS, obviously?
Yes.
So,
Yeah, people want their packages.
yeah, a little bit.
So, Chuck, how long have you been driving?
About 14 years.
A long time. So, Samuel, how long have you been driving?
That's gonna be 2 years. It's
2
gonna
years?
be 2 years. Yeah.
What made you come into driving?
Actually, my brother started me, and he talked to me about truck driving. I mean, it's pretty awesome. You get to see all the states. You get to, basically travel for free. I love it. I love the freedom of just going anywhere.
So, Tim, I have a couple questions for you.
All right.
How long have you been driving?
15 years.
15
Yep.
years. That's a long time.
04.
Wow. Who do you drive for?
Transland.
Transland.
Yeah, at Springfield.
So Tim, are you gonna be home for the holidays this season?
Yep.
Yeah. Who
Yep.
do you got waiting at home for you?
I got 2 kids and an old lady.
All right. Well, do you have any family at home?
Yes.
Yeah. They
Yes.
miss you when you're not on Christmas.
No.
No,
Yes,
they're,
they do.
they're glad to be rid of me.
Yes. Just send the check. Just send the check.
Well, for this holiday Christmas, do you have special someone waiting for you at home?
I do. I have a 13-year-old daughter and my wife.
My New Year's resolution is to actually spend more time with my family.
What is your New Year's resolution for next
I'm
year?
going to quit smoking. I'm going to quit drinking. I'm going to church.
Everybody at the Truck Boss Show wants to wish you Merry Christmas, and we have a little gift for you.
Well, thank you. Merry
Truck
Christmas
Boss
to y'all.
Show goodie box. There is a special gift.
So.
Can't promise you there's cash in there, but it's a gift.
Whiskey.
Maybe.
Cigar.
This is the Truck Boss Show gift. It's a little goodie in there, so I hope you enjoy it and you drive safe on the road.
Truck Boss Show gift from us to you.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
You know, that was really fun. We had a blast out there. We spent hours just talking
Yes.
to people about all the awesome things that they have planned for the holidays, and a lot of them were working, believe it or not.
I don't believe it. No, I do believe it. And you know what? This is the reason why we do it, just to show you a little bit of love and appreciation. So thank you for everything that you do.
And speaking of some awesome things that they did, this last Saturday, December 14th, drivers helped deliver more than 2 million wreaths to more than 1,600 locations across the entire country. It was all part of the Wreaths Across America Day, a day to honor our fallen soldiers and veterans by placing a handmade wreath on their graves. Check out a little bit of the video from the Arlington National Cemetery.
I want to thank you all for being here today. All right, we've got a big task in front of us today.
To check out the full video, just follow the link below.
Our professional drivers are out there all year round, and then for them to still take a little bit of their time to go do something like this is amazing. So hands down.
Their hearts are as big as their rigs, that's
Yes,
for sure. It's
that
pretty
is.
awesome. And you know, we actually had a chance to sit down with some drivers who we talked a little bit about something that's kind of near and dear. You know, everyone's talking about how the truck driving industry is having a shortage and everything, so they're trying to figure out how they can draw more people in. Well, we actually sat down with Lee and Lisa Schmitt to talk about millennials in the driving community and how to, you know, appeal to them. Check it out.
Hey guys, it's Carlin with the Truck Boss Show. Today we are joined by Lee and Lisa Schmitt, owners and operators and social media influencers who specialize in trucking. Now, you've probably seen them on the show before. They're pretty much regulars at this point. We've talked to them about a lot of things, including autonomous trucking and, you know, the future of trucking in general. And today we're kind of sticking on that trend of, you know, the future of trucking. And we're talking about something that a lot of businesses have struggled with lately, and that is drawing in millennials. So, guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being on the show. So let me just ask my first question, and that is, you know, what are some of the perks as truck drivers of being on the road, life on the road? What's some of the things you could kind of tell a millennial about that would pique their interest?
You can come to Florida, it's 75 degrees and it's 20 degrees at home. That is a high point. Some of the restaurants we go to are good food.
The main one is you get to see the sights of the country.
You get to meet a lot of different people.
Obviously, trucking is kind of a thankless job in a lot of the ways. You're away from home, you know, away from your family for a long amount of time. So what could you tell someone who maybe has some reservations on in that end? What's the one thing that keeps you guys going?
It would have to be the freedom of the open road and just being out here, being out in the country. That is, and you're making money while you're doing it. And I'm sounding like an Army recruiter, but it's the truth.
Let's say someone's ready to take that next step. They're ready to, you know, get behind the wheel of a big rig. What are some things that they should look for maybe in a school, maybe in a company that, you know, said that they would provide training and all that? What are some of those things that they need to look out for?
I would tell them to make sure that they're getting trained properly. Just because company XYZ says we can help you get your CDL and on the road in a week versus company ABC that says it's going to be 2 months and it's 8 hours a day, you should look at company ABC over the company that's going to get you in faster, because if they're going to get you in faster, they're cutting corners. right now, the problem is a lot of drivers aren't trained properly, so they have to make sure that they get trained and get a handle on what the industry is doing. They should know more than just driving a truck. They need to be told the different aspects of things that could happen. So the faster training, in my mind, is not where they need to go.
The best advice would be to look for grants to pay for your schooling or get a school loan and go to a technical college over any company. A company wants that seat filled. They personally don't care how trained you are. It's your safety. You're responsible for the load. You're responsible for your safety and the people around you on the road.
This last question, it's kind of looking at it from a company perspective, but what can some companies do to kind of draw in those millennials, that younger generation, to maybe get out on the road?
Don't lie. Tell them the truth. Pay them better. Tell them that you're not going to get home. And when they do, hey, all right, we didn't guarantee it, I guess is the thing. Don't lie is my biggest thing.
And if you're going to tell them they're going to be home every other week, make sure that they are. And that goes against, the not lying. Tell them the truth and stick to it.
Well, thank you guys so much for being on the show. Obviously, our viewers want to keep up with you guys and your adventures on the road. So where can they find you? Social media, where can they go to see all of your awesome adventures?
We are on Twitter and Facebook at Trucking Across America with the Schmitts. And we do a weekly radio show on Monday nights on Blog Talk Radio. And those links are always posted on our Facebook page.
Awesome. Well, again, thanks guys so much. I appreciate it. And that does it for this segment on the Truck Boss Show. We'll see you next time.
Lee and Lisa Schmitt are amazing, and they have a lot of just knowledge about all kinds of things, and to pick their brain would take hours. And our interview only lasted for a few minutes, but they just had so many great ideas, and a lot, just for companies and for drivers, because that's the companies are trying to draw in the drivers, and the drivers are trying to start out. So
well, yeah, and then of course, with so much things that have changed in the industry, we have our old school drivers that, oh my God, with the best stories and the best advice that they can give, and with Lisa and her husband being, in the industry for a while and knowing, what they say, hey, this is what's going to help out. Let's bring them in. Let's bring these young ones in. Why not?
Exactly, and who better to tell you how to do it than those who have been in the industry for so long.
That's right. So, they always have the best advice.
They do.
Here at the Truck Boss Show, we're about safety and being safe on the road. But for those of you who may be worried about hair follicle testing being used into the Drug and Alcohol Clearinghouse, we've talked to an expert. Here's Jim, founder of LabWorks with the 411.
Hey everyone, Nikki here with the Truck Boss Show. Today we are with founder of LabWorks right here in Portland, Oregon, Jim Cachot. Thanks for joining us today, Jim.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us. You came a long way.
Yes, you have.
So today we're going to talk about hair follicle testing. When it comes to hair follicle testing, I've heard rumors that it's going to be implemented into the Drug and Alcohol Clearinghouse. It's not. It's just part of it right now. What is your opinion on that?
Well, I don't think we're going to see hair follicle testing used by the USDOT for quite a while. There's a couple stumbling blocks. One is expense. It's a much more difficult process to do in the lab. That's going to slow down the implementation on a broad scale. And there's a secondary issue. Hair follicle testing, the way it works, when they collect the hair, they trim it down so they get roughly 90 days worth of growth. Cut it into tiny pieces and then run it through the lab process. 90 days worth of history is it's going back a long ways, and it's not really talking about your condition right now. And when you compare it to like an alcohol test, when they do a breath test, they know what is in your blood and how it affects your ability to function right now. But if you did drugs 90 days ago, should that be considered in your ability to function at your job today?
That's a really good question.
Yeah, it's a big question. So I don't think hair follicle testing, although it could be useful for pre-employment testing, but for random post-accident, reasonable suspicion, I don't think it's going to happen.
Gotcha. So what can you see with the hair follicle testing versus a urine test?
Well, you can look at a lot more different chemicals in the body. It gives you a really good picture. And there's a lot of chemistry behind it, and I understand just a fraction of it. But it gives you a really good picture of what your body has processed.
Mm-hmm.
So urine testing, all it's really looking at is what your body is flushing out right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more going on in your body other than what's being flushed out through your kidneys. So hair follicle testing gives you an accurate depiction of what everything you can determine what a person has eaten, all of the medications they've taken. You can look at potential diseases that are starting to affect the body early. So it really has its place in medical science, but for forensic drug testing, it's overkill.
Yeah.
Unless they can get the methodology simplified so they can just look for a small window of time, but I haven't heard of anybody working in that direction.
So, in your opinion, Jim, do you think that the hair follicle testing should be implemented into the program?
For DOT testing?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think there are other forms of testing that will probably do a better job. And in my opinion, the one that will probably surface will be saliva testing. It's non-invasive. Saliva is a lot more like blood. It's what your body is processing right now.
Right.
And it's relatively cheap to do the lab test. So there's a lot of work in that direction, and I think that's probably what we'll see replace the urine test.
Nice. Well, Jim, thank you so much for your expertise on this, and we really appreciate everything you've done with LabWorks. It's a great organization, and I think it has a bright future. So that is it for this segment on the Truck Boss Show. We'll see you on the next one.
Great conversation,
I
Carlin,
mean,
right?
yeah, a lot of technical talk, obviously.
Yes.
I'm sure some of the people who are more concerned with it will know exactly what all that means. But it's good to know and kind of, pick his brain as well, because he's an expert in his field, and it's awesome to kind of see how long the hair follicles can trace back and all that fun stuff.
Well, then again, it's a big topic in the industry.
It is. Yeah, I was about to say, definitely one of those that I'm like, all right, yes, that makes sense.
Well, we want everybody to be safe.
We do. So it's an important conversation to have.
So tonight, Carlin, let's
we
let
got something
everybody
special going
know.
on tonight.
You already know Truck Boss is all over the place. So let me tell you that tonight we're going to be with Trucker for Trucker Radio with Scott Reed, and this is at Gear Jam Radio Station tonight at 7 p.m. So you cannot miss out. But don't worry, because
their Christmas special.
Yeah,
so. We're on, so it's obviously more special.
We're awesome like that.
That's right.
Are you ready for it though?
Kind of, yeah. I got to remember all what I'm trying to talk about. Nikki gave me a list, and did she give you your list? No, I guess she didn't give you her
rookie
list.
status
I was about
stuff,
to say, you got to remember
That's
this.
what happens.
So, yeah. It's Christmas time, end of the year, and of course, we told you about it on, last week, the week before show, about our giveaway. Don't worry, we haven't forgotten. We are still doing a giveaway. All you have to do is like, share, and comment, and make sure invite. That's the word I was looking for. Make sure all your friends are, invited to like the show, because we need your mom, we need your dad, we need all the support.
We need the neighbor, everybody.
Everybody
Everybody.
We want them to like our show.
This is because, the Truck Boss Show is here because of you.
Mm-hmm.
We would not, be able to do everything that we do if it wasn't for our followers. So
And
thank
bring
you
you that
so
good
much.
news.
But yeah, we always got to keep you updated on what's going on in the
It's
industry.
awesome entertainment. You couldn't find Isella anywhere else.
Of course not.
She'd be on the street.
No, I wouldn't. I don't even want to continue with it. But anyways, you guys already know Truck Boss Show is here to always bring you the latest in the industry and just, all these awesome events that we get to enjoy and bring it to you. So thank you
we
again
love what
for
we do,
everything.
so keep supporting us. That's all we ask.
Yes.
Yep.
Now, Carlin,
Uh-oh.
before we say our goodbyes,
What?
do you know what you got to do?
No.
This is something that rookies get to do every time they start on the show. I'm kidding.
Rookie's supposed to tease the next show. That's right. We started that rule this
You're
week. So anyway, next week's show, we got a lot going on. We've got a highlight reel of 2019. We put a lot of work into it. We traveled across the country. We stayed up days, nights, weekends. We did it all just so we could do this.
It was a lot of work. There was times that we were like, whew, but we made it.
We made
and
it.
Thanks to you. But you know what? 2020 is going to be even more busy.
Bigger
and we're
better.
excited. You're going to learn what it's like.
That's right.
To travel with
That's
the
right.
Truck Boss
I'm excited.
Show. And
carry all the luggage.
Oh, yes, that's you. That's going to be you. Good job, rookie.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
learning.
yeah.
I like it. Well, of course, we're not, going to be here on this day. And, of course, everybody's going to be enjoying this time with our families. But we want to wish you, and this is from the Truck Boss Show, from the production to James, who's going to kill us, and the
Nikki,
big
who's
boss,
also gonna
Judy,
kill us.
and Nikki. We want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, and hopefully that you enjoy it with all your family and friends.
That's right. That's right.
So why do we do this?
Because you're the boss.